Daredevil, I'm on top but looking down below. The hate, I can't see it but hear it, so it's time to go. Time to approach, might have to go and crush a roach. You know the ones that don't clean out their cereal bowl. Pat Brady, golden boy, yeah, I'm really goes. Catch me at the Super Bowl on that stunning shit.
What's Gucci? You too. We were just rocking out, man. No funny to have an intro that I actually made a song called Daredevil is the easiest. This is the easiest show ever because I just put my intro.
Nah, all those clips just went like perfect. Like all that, like the beats hits was like perfect timing.
No, thank you. I appreciate it, man. Shout out to Daredevil. Go stream that song, Daredevil, on all streaming way before this show came out, but when the first show came out. But man, we getting right to it, man. It's Pat Brady, man, live in the building with Lex in the building. What's Gucci? What's going on?
Hey, it's Lex.
How you feeling, man? How you feeling, man? After this Daredevil 3 episodes, how you feeling? How you feeling?
You know, I watched it last night and I woke up still with the same feelings. The entire show, I feel like I just constantly had my mouth wide open, just like really all 3 episodes I've been like, and I'm just
Every
like,
last
wow.
one. I agree.
And I don't think, like, I was thinking about it a couple minutes before I got on here, and I was like, I don't think there's been any other show, like, just like regular story wise, that had me like that. Like, maybe if you watch a show and they say something crazy, or like there's a crazy, like, gory scene or something, but like story wise, this show has had me just
Had you stuck, huh?
yeah.
Man, I feel the same way. Let me just jump Tone in here. I didn't want to cut you off. Tone, what's good?
Hey, Tone.
Yo, what's up, y'all? What's good? What's good?
What it do? What it do? We got Tone in the building for the first 5 episode of Daredevil. We were just talking. Les was saying how she feels after seeing it. I watched it again, but how you feeling? Like, how you feeling about this Daredevil so far from what you watched?
Yeah, it was good, gang. It's good to see y'all, man. Hope everything going well, man. Nice to be back on the show.
I haven't seen you in so long.
We haven't seen you on the show in a while.
Yeah,
man. So we're very happy to see you. I'm actually excited.
My schedule is it's been kind of crazy. As y'all know, I be getting my daughter on the weekend, so I don't be having no time. But
no weekend time type shit.
Yeah, but it's all good though. It's all good. That's what being, parents is. It's all good. But Daredevil, right? So let me tell y'all, right? So, I seen the first 2 episodes. I thought it was cool. Episode 2 was kind of a little letdown, more or less. But I feel like they're establishing the tone for the MCU's version of how Daredevil Kingpin is going to be. Because I didn't really watch Echo. I kind of skipped Echo. So yeah, I'm sorry. It was like what it was. I was like,
we didn't watch it. I think we watched the first episode with Daredevil in it, and that was it.
Yeah. Okay, so I didn't know which episode Daredevil was in, so I was like, yeah, I'm not about to sit here and watch this. I'm not gonna pretend. I can't pretend no more. I'm just not gonna watch Echo. So when I thought Kingpin was apparently he was shot in the face, correct? When they did that,
he was shot in the face.
Yeah, so I noticed his hands is kind of twitchy or whatever. Most of the scenes, he's suffering from the damages of, I guess, what happened in Echo. So I like that little.
I did not notice that.
Yeah, like if you go back and watch it, like in this scene, he's always like jittering. Like I know because I kind of got like a little thing like that, so I kind of noticed his hands. So I like that attention to detail. I like how they doing. I'm sorry, Matthews. So his little senses or whatever, I kind of like that. It's kind of similar to the Spice just a little bit. So I think they should probably. What's up, Tori? I think they should probably they could be doing a little better with that. But I'm just happy to see overall. I'm just happy to see that the Netflix quality type fights are still there. Like the little staircase fight. That was crazy. I was like, man, these dudes fighting up a fucking stairwell. He just got endless knives. Like, I'm like, what the hell?
They definitely. I agree. They definitely that part was amping me up. I'm like, dang, they really like fighting out of breath and shit.
It reminded me of when they fought the bikers when we were trying to get to the Punisher, he was trying to hide him. It kind of reminded me of that joke.
Okay.
And overall, yeah, I would say it's all right. I didn't watch episode 3 yet, so we gotta discuss that. I knew I was going to talk about that tonight. Just let me know because I'm actually gonna watch that tonight before I pass out. I haven't
Most
seen episode
definitely.
3 yet. I didn't know that the episodes were dropping on Tuesdays. I thought they dropped on Wednesdays. But I had seen Pep say he already seen the episode. I'm not sure if that was yesterday or today.
Tuesday,
But,
yeah, Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesdays, okay. But yeah, man, that was okay. I like the like I said, I like the tone, the overall I guess presence of the show. I'm just excited to see where it's gonna go. How many episodes
I think it's 9.
9?
I think it's 9.
That's kind of short.
So
what would the Punisher end up? Punisher got a
show.
show.
Got a second season planned too. So
yeah, I seen that. I seen that. I'm trying to figure when Punisher might show up. Like episode 5, maybe.
Probably. Okay. All right. Yeah, you're gonna have to leave in a second. So yeah, well, you just wanted to get your one. We're gonna get everybody's 1 and 2, and you're gonna have to roll because yeah.
Oh, y'all got to talk about 3 already?
Yeah, but nah, that's why I say I'm gonna let Torian talk about 1 and 2 before we go to 3. So Torian, what you think of episodes 1 and 2 so far?
Like I told y'all in the group chat, when they said that they were bringing stakes, they were not playing. And they came out straight out the gate exactly like with it. Like I'm telling you, when I was watching the first episode, like in the first 10 minutes, I literally yelled at my laptop. I was like, it was rumors floating around that Foggy was gonna die, but I just didn't, I didn't feed too much into it, and I didn't know it was gonna be that soon. Like it happened
so quick.
It was like, get him out of here right now.
Yeah, like they got him out there real quick. But let me just tell you like something. I don't know why I didn't think about this, but Bullseye has like an underrated ability. I mean, to never miss. Like that whole fight sequence was crazy. Like when the part that got me was when of course, it's Daredevil, so they always gonna have to do that one tracking shot, like on the stairs, and they said we're gonna have to do that one shot. That part when he got into the bar area and he took the pool ball and hit it off the wall and it ricocheted, hit that woman and knocked her out.
Bullseye, I was like, real tight, real live Bullseye. No, you absolutely right. He definitely was knocking. He was using everything, napkins, straws. Everybody got hit with something.
Exactly. And I thought it was interesting too because Daredevil was knocking the lights out so he couldn't see. Because like with Daredevil, he uses his sense of hearing to help him. And I thought it was so dope that he was able to, while in that fight, he was able to listen to Foggy's heart rate and Karen at the same time while fighting. So he was able to eliminate all that noise around him and focus on that while fighting Daredevil Bullseye at the same time. Like, talk about multitasking. That's crazy.
He might be an elite hero.
I know. Look, before you finish, I literally tweeted that when people was like, dang, like, I ain't know, like, Daredevil be getting down, like, when he beat the police officers in second. I'm like, bro, do y'all realize he got, like, super strength from whatever happened to him? Like he's in the comic, he gets, like, super strength. It's like a nuclear, thing that happens. So he really has, like, super strength. So he just was wrecking. You right. He was just like the fact that he can see without seeing is just enough. Right there.
Yeah, and one thing I looked up too, because I was curious, I wanted to know, like, for people who are blind, is their hearing enhanced? And it actually is true. Like when people are blind, their hearing is enhanced, just like if someone's deaf, their sight is enhanced. Because they say whatever exactly. So I thought that was interesting. And also too, when he was saving the guy, the witness, and he was coming to tell them that they're on their way, he could hear them coming up the steps. He knew how many seconds it was going to take them to get to the door just based on their footsteps coming up the stairs. He said 20 seconds, 10 seconons. He's like, you got to go. I thought that was dope. I said, that's a fire ability to have. So yeah, I'm really impressed so far with the show so far. They coming out swinging, and I'm gonna be honest, I had no doubt in my mind that they were going to do it. When they told us that it was going to be very gruesome, I believed them because I remember how the Netflix series was. I think people was kind of worried because it's Disney. So they thought they was going to play it safe, but they're not playing it safe.
No, they're not playing it safe. And
they're not playing
it safe. They're not playing it safe. And the one thing that I like that they're not playing it safe, really for real, is that, like, you know what I'm saying? They know everybody from the Netflix stuff is really, like, hooked on the fact that it was so dark, like still had this deep aspect to it. You feel what I'm saying? And I know Tone has said something about Kingpin. I was gonna ask y'all this, right? Saying that it's been 2 iterations of Kingpin that we've seen, the Hawkeye and the Echo version. Are y'all rocking with this Kingpin?
So
yes.
Go ahead, Tony. Go ahead. You go.
I would say yes, because even though he's the mayor, we know he's still gonna have some stuff going on in the background. This ain't gonna stop Wilson Fisk. He just got a title now. He just got a political title now. He ain't like look at his knuckles. He killed his wife's side piece after he said he wouldn't do it. Yeah, and they keep emphasizing on them knuckles too. I said we know you killed the side piece.
Hey, what you think, Lex, of Kingpin? What you think of Kingpin? Like how you see him so far?
I don't have an opinion, to be honest, because I have nothing to really compare him to. I guess
the original one. You didn't watch the original one?
No, I think I saw like bits and pieces when I was like around you a little bit, but I never watched. Like I can't tell you anything about it to say like, oh yeah, this is what the story was or anything. But like from what I've seen, like
comparing to Hawkeye and
that's what
you said. From that, if you could say that.
No, like he's like legit, like he's bad. He's not a villain. You know, like Marvel loves their villains that have like if you really see their reason, you be like, all right, like I see where they're coming from. Like, no, he's a bad guy. He's a bad man.
Facts.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Tone, what you think?
I still think Donofrio still has that commanding presence on screen. It's some of like when he like I'm not gonna lie, when I'm watching like I love what's the guy that plays Daredevil?
Charlie Cox.
I love Cox, right? Like when they on screen together, that shit just hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they play off each other. So like to see that they both still have that dynamic aura. But as I know, I'm big on villains because I always feel like villains make the show, they make the series. If you got a weak villain, it's not gonna work out. So
trust and believe me, if y'all thought Bullseye was something, you ain't seen nothing.
Oh no, I don't think Bullseye was that. I was actually shocked.
I didn't think Bullseye was anything. I was like, I think he warming up the show just a little bit. They warming up the show for sure.
And like just like Pat said, Bullseye usually gets those introductory type episodes or whatever. He's like a D level villain. Yeah, like he got these crazy ass marksman skills, but he ain't like tough. Like he not tough.
So, like I said, y'all ain't seen nothing yet because it's a villain that's coming that's gonna give Daredevil a run for his money. And when I say a run, I'm talking about a sprint, cross country hurdle type run. And I'm telling you, he's gonna be a problem. I don't want to say who it is, but the thing is, y'all probably already saw him. I think in episode 2, but y'all didn't know it was him because he wasn't wearing his costume.
Nope. So I definitely don't know. So I'm definitely that's why I say I'm definitely excited to like based off what you said, just off what everybody's saying, just how the hype level, even though we already kind of was like, I think what was the last Marvel thing, y'all, that we talked about? Captain America. Captain America, Brave New World. I think we already kind of was like, I was already here, like going up. I'm like, a Black Captain America movie start the year off, we're winning regardless. But to see how they coming straight with this show, and when you were saying like how Kingpin, Torian, you was like he's evil, right? So like I'm reading the comic, like the comic is not like exactly the same, but how it's starting, but like it's that it can get that evil. Kingpin is really a grimy guy. You feel what I'm saying? He's really going to try to do Matt Murdock as grimy as he possibly can. We're going to talk about the 3rd episode. I think that's like he's going real grimy. You feel what I'm saying? But
in episode 2, that was funny too when the commissioner had confronted him at the graveyard at the cemetery.
He was faking on Kingpin. He was faking. He was like, man, he just Kingpin.
Hey, I thought he was gonna kill that dude. I thought he was gonna kill him.
That whole discussion was like crazy. Like he was saying that there was a famous mayor back in the 1800s back in New York. He only was in office for a month. He says, my mission is to make sure that you get out in less time. So you got he's like, I want you out in 29 days. And then he was the first one to call him by his name in the show. He said Kingpin. He referred to him as Kingpin. But he pulled that Uno reverse card on him when he went in there and he got the when he went to the cheesesteak place and he lifted up that wrapping paper and he saw that picture with that child that nobody's supposed to know about.
Yeah,
that secret
That was
child.
crazy too. I was like, damn.
And he was going down the list of all the funding that the cops wasn't going to get and all types of stuff like that. And
why he had a nasty sandwich too? Remember, he's like, and this sandwich is nasty. He said, and it's a nasty sandwich you brought me.
He just but the thing is, they just gave a shameless plug to those cheesesteak spots though. Like they just got some
all
business.
zeros.
I know. Somebody going to see how nasty those cheesesteaks are right now.
He for the truck, man. You get nothing.
I definitely agree with where they're going. So y'all grades, we're gonna go around Lex, just the 1 and 2 for right now. The 1 and 2, first and second episode. What was your grade for that? Those first two?
1 and 2 got like between 8 to 9 for me. I can't say like specifically like, oh, this was an 8, this was 9, but somewhere in that range it was 8 or 9 for sure.
Okay.
For 1 and 2. For 1 and 2.
Yeah, especially because Disney be having some Disney Plus be having some. The first episode we fire, and then the second episode you be like, all right, bro, like what we doing with this? So okay, 8. Okay, Torian, what you think? What's your rating for the first two?
I'm right there. I'm kind of right there with Lex. Like that was like an 8 or a 9 for me for both episodes. Like they were really good. Like I really don't. The only complaints I do have was that the CGI was kind of shaky. Like you could tell where that CGI was at.
It was dark. It was dark. The whole first scene.
And then on top of that part where the guy fell in front of the train, I said that was an obvious green screen. You can tell that was an obvious green screen. That was my only two like issues that I had with it. But also, did y'all peep? And I got this, and I was on another I was on a podcast and I brought the serious attention. They didn't peep it. Do y'all remember the part? I think it was in episode 2. I think it was 2 where Matt Murdock was in his apartment and he was cooking food, and then he heard about Fisk running for mayor, and it kind of caught his attention, and he was cooking in the kitchen and his food started to burn. And I was like, I see what they did there. I said, he's burning his food in a kitchen. Hell's Kitchen.
Feige like, hey, y'all digging deep? Hey, that was a good find. Shout out to Torian with Easter egg that wasn't really even an Easter egg, but like it's an Easter egg. You know what I'm saying?
I have a question for y'all. Yeah, have y'all been watching it in the dark? Like in
the first episode,
I did.
The first episode.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I watched that show like around 4:00. It was nap time. I was like, now's my chance. But I kind of regret it because I had to glare my TV, so I got it. Like I said, I'm gonna go back in and rewatch it.
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it that night.
Why you asked that, Lex?
Because like even when Torian was just talking about like the bad CGI, I watched all 3 episodes like in a well-lit room, and I had the glare issue too. And I told Pap, I was like, I think this is a show that probably looks better in a dark room. So all that CGI
it's meant to be dark though.
But
shadowy and backgroundy and stuff.
Even
it definitely looked good dark. When I watched the first episode dark, the first episode dark. It was lit when it was dark. I did still notice. I was like, I see why the Netflix Daredevil was so grounded. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have him swinging like Spider-Man. It's like, no, keep this man grounded. We don't have to wait for that.
I wanted to give a shout out to, I guess you could say, underrated MVP of episode 2. I don't know her name, but Matt Murdock's co-worker for setting him up with the therapist, how she did that.
She was daddy too. You were wrong.
She was like the perfect wing woman for that, because thinking he going there to give her legal counsel. She thinking he's there for a therapist. I was like, why would they have you meet up at a coffee shop for that? Like that doesn't seem like the ideal place to meet up.
And shout out to, you said her. One thing I noticed, I told Les too, shout out to them using like a lot of black people, you know what I'm saying, in this show. It's a lot of black characters in this show. I'm rocking with that 1,000. Now, even the cop that's like named Ben, in the comics, he's like, he works for the Daily Bugle, but here they have him as the cop guy. I like him, like the lawyer, like you said, and even the fact that Maddie came up from the corner. You see, bro, house. You see his law firm. I said, what cases they've been taking?
That rent probably taxing. That rent taxing, man. I'm trying to tell you. Ain't no way. And you got the accessibility stuff, and oh yeah, big tax.
Facts.
But
Tone,
hey,
did you give your rating, Tone?
Yeah, Tony, give your rating. I mean, go with you. Say what you're gonna say, but give your rating too.
I'm gonna give my rating first. I'm gonna say episode 1 was 8.5, 8.5, and then episode 2 for me is probably a 7.5. Came down a little bit, but that's mostly because there was a lot of talking, and they kind of rehashed a lot of things, and I feel like it wasn't really moving forward. But I understand they trying to introduce stuff, so just a little 7.5 and an 8 for the 8.5 for the first episode.
Dang, I wish you watched the third one.
Yeah, I know. That's
my
why
bad,
like
man.
when you
Hey,
watch the
look,
third one, then
go
two
up.
gonna make more feel.
Let
You
me-
gonna have more feeling for two. I tell
Let me
you.
just say, I'm about to order the carry out now. I came and I was gonna watch it before I got on, but I had fell asleep. I'm super tired. I had fell asleep. I was like, oh shit, it's 8:57. Let me get my ass up. Like I get this
We
straight.
appreciate it, man.
And I was coming over regardless, but I just fell asleep, and I was like, "Dang, I ain't gonna be able to watch the third episode." So, but I can't watch nothing on the empty stomach. I have some food, can't just watch nothing.
Oh,
I had some food, so
Tony, y'all, he got it. Look, y'all, he gotta have his food.
I gotta have my food.
I know something that he can't watch on an empty stomach is a movie.
Yeah,
called The Substance.
He's been talking about that in our group chat, y'all. So
I'm telling you, don't watch that on a full stomach. Don't eat while watching it. Don't eat before it. You may not want to eat after.
That's but another thing. The one thing that really stood out for me in episode 1 was Marvel always gives they gave Daredevil his little his silhouette. So his when he ran across the rooftops, that was just like his little moment or whatever. His intro
at the beginning
I
of the first episode.
I really like how they did that. Got my man standing there. I was like, okay, Daredevil, I see you gave me a little. You got the money shot. You got the money shot when he just you hanging on the chimney. Got the money shot. He running across. Yep, big money.
And that's
that
another
right
thing,
there. Yep.
And that's another thing too. I want to
really
see
like
how many. I want to see how many variations of his costume that they're gonna have him wearing this season, because I know
I give him two.
Because I know they're gonna have him wearing multiple different colors.
And before y'all hit on episode 3, I just wanted to say, did y'all see what John Berthel put out? He said that his Punisher series is not going to be Punisher like. So he's keeping the energy, like, because he said he wouldn't do it unless they do it the right way. So I'm glad to see that he's keeping his energy.
It might as well
for the Punisher series. I mean, you can't make it like I was saying. You can't make the a character like the Punisher in a PG-13. I mean, that's just not gonna work.
You get out. So we can talk about episode 3. You need to watch episode 3 right now. Get out.
My bad, man.
Get out. Get out.
Right.
We're sitting here. We can't have fun, and you're sitting here. Keep on.
Oh, my bad.
Over and over again. I'm like, bro, stop, please, bro, please.
All right, my bad.
No.
You about to watch it now for real?
No, I'm about to order my food, then I'm gonna watch it.
Please text the group chat and let us know what you think.
Please.
All right. Yeah, I see y'all buzzing about that joke, so I'm definitely my bad.
Yeah. It was the better of the 3 episodes for sure.
To me, especially, I said that as well.
Sounds like a lot of action. Yes, I need it.
But it's okay. So I'll just say this: like, me and Pap agreed that like we thought it was just going to be like a palate cleanser episode, and they were going to do a lot of talking and move the episode, just move the story along. But it had me on the edge of my seat the entire time, because I'm like, what's going to happen? And then it twists at the end with the cliffhanger. Okay. So that's why it's like
just saying. That's what I'm like. I was sitting there. By the end, I was standing up, bro. Like let's go. So
more cliffhangers, but yeah, I'm gonna get out y'all here so y'all can enjoy it.
You want to get before you're gonna get spilled before you go
though? Yeah, man. Just
pull up next week for next week.
Yeah, I'm available, especially on Wednesdays. I ain't got no classes. I'm here, so. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just keep doing y'all thing, man. I'm sorry I couldn't do episode 3. But I'll
next week though. Save it for next week.
I'll save it for next week. So yeah. All right, gang.
See you, Tom.
Shout out to Tone, man, pulling up, man. Definitely. it definitely sucks. You know what I'm saying? That he can't talk about episode 3, but it's time, motherfucker. It's time. You hear me? It's time to talk about episode 3. We've been waiting. Woo! Okay, let me get right to it, man. Episode 3, I was just like, from the beginning to end, this felt like a good Law and Order marathon on a Saturday. You feel what I'm saying? And just like, oh my goodness, and the little like the case, everything that they did with this episode, the acting, like how you just felt everything. I rewatched it before we started. And I was like, man, like I really felt like the case, you know what I'm saying, for the White Tiger. This is his trial from episode 2, where unfortunately he basically got set up by some dirty cops, you know what I'm saying. They really shine the light on NYPD too. That's really a serious issue too, that they're kind of like,
oh, they are my top 5 most corrupt police departments.
Yeah, so they're really like shining light on that as well. But we're gonna get right into it, man. Episode 3, either one of y'all, what are y'all feeling, man? What y'all thinking, man?
Go ahead,
Man, this is first off, let me just say RIP to the actor that plays White Tiger. It's like, and I think when I saw what happened at the end, I'm like, damn, they took him out. He got taken out twice. Once in this show and then in real life, like that's crazy. And I think that's the last thing he did before he passed. But I said I understand why they had to do it, because that's making room for his daughter to come in, which she's the more popular White Tiger.
I said
like people people know more about her than her dad. So I understand why they had to do it, because they had to move the story along. And let me just tell you right now, that key witness. Oh, Matt Murdock could have left him there if he was going to get up on a stand and lie like that. He could have left him right there. You almost messed the case up. You had to force him to reveal his identity as White Tiger in order to flip this case around to win. And that was a risky move too, because it wasn't guaranteed. At least with the key witness, that was a guaranteed win. But then he had to do. Matt Murdock didn't want to do the White Tiger thing, but he had to because his hands got forced. So he had to do that. I said that key witness, they could have dealt with him off all we know.
When you said about the key witness, the thing when you was like, hey, like it still could have went other way, like either way. I think when me and Les talked about, we were saying like the suspenseful. That was the part that was so crazy about it. Even though he revealed that, and they had a moment where everybody in the court was like, "White Tiger saved me, everybody saved me." I was still sitting there, Les, right or wrong. You was like, man, it still could be guilty. Like he still could have been guilty.
That's what I thought too. Like when they was getting ready, when they had to come back and read the verdict, and they said we the jury found so, it was a big pause there. I was like,
the subtitles didn't even come up. You know how sometimes the subtitles will come up before they actually said. They made sure them subtitles didn't come up. I was sitting there home.
Yeah, because it was a big pause right there.
Free White Tiger and White Tiger free. Which one is it?
When it was a big pause right there, I held my breath because I'm thinking I actually had to turn my head away from the screen because I couldn't even bear to watch it because I thought that they was going to say he's guilty.
I did the same thing. I was like, I can't.
I was like, another man lost to the system. Torian, I was ready to rant this episode. Another man of color lost to this system. I love that Marvel, but no, y'all, when he beat the case, I'm telling you, it was just this feeling of relief. But I don't know. As soon as I started, Torian, I'm gonna add your point back in now that you said this. As soon as I seen bro cooking in the kitchen again, he back in Hell's Kitchen. I'm like, they making spaghetti, everything's all happy. I said, nah, something bad about that.
It's not going to end well. And the thing is, Matt even told him, he said, now that this has been revealed, you can't throw on the White Tiger costume anymore.
Yep. And what did he do immediately?
Immediately.
And he put the costume back on and went back out there to try to fight the streets. And well, the streets took him out.
Young. Okay. So that scene right there, Torian, when he put, and super spoiler alert, this is the spoiler part of it. When he came out the cut of the hoodie and this blast cut, first I'm like, oh, and then all of a sudden when I seen the Punisher skull, I'm sorry. I was like, it's lit.
He jumped out of his seat. We were on FaceTime just watching it, and he jumped and was jumping around his room. He said,
I jumped out myself. I'm like, nah, this is what we talking about right here. You hear me?
And the thing is, if that didn't happen, Kingpin was going to go after him because he said one of the things that he wanted to do as mayor was to clean up the streets with all these vigilantes. He said no more vigilantes. So either way, it was going to happen regardless, and that's why Matt was telling him, don't put the suit on anymore because now you're marked, you're a target if you throw that suit back on. Now, my biggest thing is I don't think that was Frank Castle that did that.
I said that. I know. Look, it can't be a gamble because everybody apparently in the NYPD is just Punisher crazy. They got tats everywhere that's got skulls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I don't think that was him that did it because of course we don't see his face, we just see the skull on his chest. But I don't think that was him. I really don't think that was him.
Do you think it's a setup?
I do. I think it was somebody else.
Okay, because I can see that too. Because now that you just said that could definitely be a direct setup by Kingpin. I even told Les, I don't even think Kingpin might have even did the hit. You know what I'm saying? I think Kingpin's gonna lay down a law, but it's just so in his character because he's just a grimy bald head man. You know what I'm saying? That's what he does. Like he just does grimy things and then acts like everybody is just tripping. Like Vanessa's trying to keep their money together, which is a thing. I like that dynamic too. That she's kind of like they want her to be this face that he's presented to everybody. Like this is my wife. But she like, I want to run the streets. I don't want to sell drugs. I want to be a trap queen. I'm tired of it. So it's interesting seeing that dynamic. And like you said, he was supposed to chill out on Adam, but bro is tweaking on the side. Right or wrong. Tweaking.
Who's Adam?
Who she was banging.
The side piece.
Yeah. Adam thought it was sweet. She said he promised her. When he won that night, he told a great lie. She said, promise we won't do nothing. He said, promise. You know how he talks like, you know, he knew damn well he was going. He washed his hands off. And then she said, you're punishing me because of Adam. You're punishing me because of Adam. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
And also too, he called what was the conversation?
One of the dirty cops killed him. It might be Kingpin, but that's who do it.
That's what I truly believe. I don't think it was Frank Castle that did it. I really don't think it was him.
Oh my goodness! Hey, shout out to Les. Not even to cut you off. Shout out to the 9 viewers in here. Shout out to y'all. Y'all going up. Shout out to y'all. But go ahead, Les.
How did they know he was going to be? And I know it's a show, so like whatever. But like, how did they know he was going to be right there in that very moment?
It was a plan. They got a man's laughing tracks on Hannah Montana. Somebody could remember that scream. He was like, it was like ah, and then he kind of just like I don't think Disney and can we just shout out Deadpool Wolverine, a great film that opened up this portal where Disney said we don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Look, matter of fact, I'm gonna like the J while I'm talking about this because what? Who cares? You know what I'm saying? They pegging, they killing each other with adamantium, all types of stuff, and now it's
a headshot too. Like think about it, he blew his head off.
Yeah, that was pretty. I was like, I jumped back.
He just bought an apartment for his family in the Bronx.
That was messed up.
That's why I really thought when I watched it again, y'all, that's when it hit me like, dang, bro. Which goes to Torian point, right? Like you said, the daughter is gonna maybe take that as like a vengeance thing.
But what I thought, like, so I don't know anything about like the character or nothing, the daughter, or like it being a girl or whatever. But I thought it was gonna be somebody wicked, like a bad person, whoever, like the person who killed him, whoever else, to take the little gauntlet or the amulet thing, whatever it is, whatever you call it, and they like a bad person is going to now get these powers. But it makes sense.
Is that a thing? Is that like a Is that a thing? Is that thing a thing?
I don't think so. It seems to me like that amulet might only be something that's maybe for his bloodline or something, because it seems sacred. Like not everybody can use it. It seems like one of those
like
things.
What I needed to know. Like, is this a thing that anybody could pick it up and then?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Like, I think it might be something that's just for maybe his bloodline. Maybe even his daughter probably may not know how to use it because she's never done it, and she might maybe a thing where she has to figure out how to use it.
Mm-hmm.
That would be Torian. We gotta keep you away from the internet with your theories because Disney will get to stealing. That was a good storyline right there where she has to like.
Learn how to use like navigate.
Marvel.
I want to say we watched something similar that had that type of story.
The Bangle with Miss Marvel.
You cannot have these comic book shows be kid friendly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to go a little dark. Like you got to. I definitely agree. I think also like something. I don't know, Torian, if you saw the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
I still haven't watched it yet, but I'm gonna find time because it's like everything's kind of like running into each other. So it's like, oh,
yeah,
so
yeah.
Like, I gotta find time to like squeeze that in there. But I've heard it's good though.
So I watched it during my overnight, like the like last week of my overnight contract for my job. So I was like watching it. I'm like, dog, it was really, really good. And I know it's supposed to be like, you know, like cartoonish or whatever, but it had like a little dark little tone to it, like how that ended up going. So how it ended up ending and how the ending, I'm not gonna spoil the ending, had me like, man, Kevin Feige is finally pulling all this together in some formal way. So we never know what we're going to see down the line in the future, especially with this kid friendly. I think they're trying to prep everybody up, just try to get back into them old X-Men, early 2000 type movies, you know, and not the Quantumania, which I love, even though everybody just hates Quantumania. I had a good time. Me and Torian saw that movie that time, but they get out the kid friendly zone. So I mean, I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really mad at that. Did also
that attorney was tight.
Oh, yes, you just read my mind. I said I really was about to say I love the court interaction. I really like that as well.
Yeah.
Because when he told him, he's like, look, I'm gonna keep it real with you. You just did a lot. I hope you're ready for that. You know what I'm saying? He's like, he said, I'm sorry, officer. He said they told me you had a black eye. I was like, in my head, I was like, he knocked you. That beating in the apartment was just like brutal. Like I was like,
that
man,
was straight, like hands and feet on that man.
His whole arm bent out till he had to say something to him in the bathroom, like, hey, bruh, what's up with that? What's up with you? You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah. He said, okay. He said, okay, I'll get it. You're gonna go to jail. So stop, don't beat up a blind man. That is the best weapon he has. So overall, what do y'all give? What would y'all rate the this episode out of 10?
Go ahead, Torian.
Oh, I gotta go first.
Yeah. I'll go first. Actually, I didn't rate the last one. I gave it a 9. The last one, 8.59. I gave this a 10 to keep it a bean. I think it's really making a case for me, one of the top Marvel shows that's out. You know what I'm saying? That's been out or that's been out. Like at first, it always was Hawkeye, but this is just about the third episode got me like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like I really had watched Hawkeye over and over again, and I was able to watch episode 3 over again and enjoy it just like I did. I like, you know what I'm saying? They adding characters, they shed light on the fuck boys in the NYPD. You feel what I'm saying? I love Kingpin, what he's doing. He's really trying to stay chill, but it's something that's gonna come out, I feel like, later about, like we said, how he's moving. But 10 for me, definitely a 10 for me.
I got to correct myself. Daryl Taylor said in the comics, Hector's niece Angela becomes the second White Tiger, and his little sister Ava becomes the third White Tiger. So it's not his daughter; it's his. You know, I heard something about a niece too.
No, that's who
he was at court. She was at court, wasn't she?
He was living with his sister and his niece. He didn't have a daughter yet.
Okay.
No,
that makes more
you
sense.
Are correct. Because I'm thinking about her face when they was in court. He said, "I went to go get flowers, but I live with that because that was part of the surprise. Like that he'd been living with them, and the niece was all like this standing there." So wow, in the comics, okay, so his niece is going to be, and then the second White Tiger is going to be his little sister, and then wow, dang, it's so many White Tigers. That's crazy. So it's a woman in it regardless.
His sister. Oh, okay. Good. I'm okay. Same
so the wife just is not gonna slide, is what they saying. The wife is not gonna slide.
But it may be what Torian said. It has to be some blood.
Oh, okay.
So it makes sense. The sister and the sister and the niece versus the wife.
Okay. And I have a little Torian Easter egg before y'all give y'all ratings. If y'all didn't hear this, I just thought it was just. It was kind of touching, even though we didn't know the guy. Rest in peace to the actual character, the guy who plays the character. He died from cancer. That when Daredevil was saying to him, like, yeah, he's going to go to that island with his family. You know what I'm saying? And hear the frogs whistling, or whatever he was talking about. And I was like, dang, like like just thinking like, man, hopefully he's in a better place. And then at the end, after he got killed in the credits, they were like, had the little whistling sound. I was like, what is that? She's like, that's the whistling sound from the frog. I'm like,
that broke my heart the way they ended that. I was like, dang.
I mean, he shouldn't have been in the streets playing. But let's give it a score. What's your score?
It was definitely a 10. It was definitely a 10 because, like I said, it really had me on the edge of my seat the entire time, like just so eager, like. And Pap could tell y'all, like, I'm quick to, like, if I'm watching a movie or something and I want to know how it ends, like, I can't wait to see how it ends. Like, I'll go Google it. It took everything out of me to not Google it because it was so intense. Anytime it's an intense, like, build up, I have to Google it. And I'm like, wow, I have not felt this from a show in a long time. Right. And then, but just, like, even down to, like, how it ended, I was like, dang, he could have just stayed in. He should have went to jail. all of this, days and days in court, and they smoke him straight out. That's crazy. Why didn't he move?
Not enough time. And bro was geeking. Obviously, he was just so tweaking. Like, I'm like, bro, you could have gave it like at least like a couple weeks. Yeah. Let it die down a little bit until they not thinking about it a little bit. They was like, nah, we know guarantee he's gonna show up.
It's crazy, but yeah, like, great episode. It has me so excited to, like, keep watching it. I agree with you said, Pap. Like, what's the show? Hawkeye, a phenomenal show, but this one is like had just really opened up a new like feeling for me. To be honest, like I'm like, wow, like I'm in. Like I want to see this through for sure.
Facts.
So
remember the guy, and keep in mind the guy who went and got the autograph from the therapist.
Who and he be making moves for Vanessa too. So who is that guy?
No, not him. I'm not talking about him. It was a guy that went and got an autograph from the therapist that Matt is dating, and he went up first, and then the guy who works for Vanessa came behind him.
I remember
and it was kind of weird and awkward.
Yeah, he was a weirdo. Yeah. He asked for help, right?
Yeah, keep him in mind. That's not going to be the last time you see him. Trust me.
Okay, so we have a psycho on the loose. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't. Psycho is putting it lightly. More like a deranged degenerate.
Okay, I don't want to hear anymore.
Okay. Torian, what's your grade in the final?
I give it a 9.5. I give it a 9.5.
Let's go. Yes. Hey,
it was a good episode. It just had a sad ending, and then because you know what happened to the actor, that makes it even sadder. So it's like, but you know, like I said, they are not pulling out. They are not stopping nothing. I mean, so that's two main characters you got rid of. You got Foggy's gone,
right?
Now the actor now White Tiger, he's gone. So it's like they
wrote her out.
They wrote her out. She's in California. Like she didn't stay in New York. She moved to California. The last time we saw her was in the courtroom when they were testifying against Bullseye. So
he hitting She-Hulk in California and he hitting Karen. That's crazy. 8 out of 10. Hey, shout out there and shout out to Dale Taylor, man. 8 out of 10. I don't care what people think. I'm enjoying it very there, and I think season 2 with Kingpin. Yeah, he gonna have to really throw them. Oh, that would be interesting getting them out the way because they definitely didn't they confirm that they are going to be in the next season. Some of them.
I think they said that they were bringing them back.
That would be
the heroes for hire.
Are you excited? Would you look forward to that, Torian or Lex, like seeing the Defenders come into this universe?
Yeah, but get a new Iron Fist.
Yeah, I'm scarred after Games of Thrones. He a freak, so I'm scarred. I'm watching Game of Thrones right now. He's freak nasty. I'm like, bro, hang him. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. No. I know we're on good people's side. Fuck Cersei. But I definitely agree. They could. I mean, I like the Iron Fist in the first season and the second season. Everything after that, him and the Defenders was trash. I like Luke Cage the first season, and the second season just was like when he dabbed, that was nuts. But Jessica Jones is a favorite, low-key favorite of mine. So that's why I'm like, I want to see her come back for sure. So
What's
shout
her
out to
power?
the defenders. But
Is she just
Torian
strong?
gave us a 9.5. You gave us 2 10s at the top. So shout out and shout out to Daryl. He gave us an 8 out of 10. So shout out to Daredevil. We obviously rocking with it, man. Also, as well, it's gonna be clipped up. So please let us know what you thought of Daredevil Born Again, what you thinking of the whole show and episode 3. You dig what I'm saying? Because we loving it. You did. I want to see Kate Bishop come back. We have a Kate Bishop. Let's go. Hey,
It's a lot of
girl,
people who have
shout out
had
to
these
you, man. You feel what I'm saying?
interactions.
Welcome to the club, the Kate Bishop Club. You feel me?
That's
Bring her
it's
back.
a lot of people who have had these interactions with him. And I'm like, we didn't. None of us watch Echo. Daryl,
Right.
did you watch Echo? Because we don't know like what happened with their last interaction.
Did you
They
watch
met
Echo,
up.
Torian?
Oh, it's when she shot him. I guess
that was the end of Hawkeye when she shot him. But they did have an interaction in Echo, more so towards the end of the season, well, the end of the series. But also, I'm glad, Lex, I'm glad you brought that up. Going back to episode 1, when they were having the discussion in the diner, I like how they threw that in there when he was talking about the generations, and he said, like, he was asking Matt, "Do you have any kids?" He was like, "No." He said, "No." Well, I was mentoring somebody, but you know how that goes. He was talking about her. He was talking about her, and it's crazy because in the first episode of Echo, her and Matt have a fight with each other, and the thing is, Matt has no clue that the person he's talking about is her. So he's crossed paths with his mentee, but didn't know that was his or her mentor because he didn't drop a name. And I thought that was interesting because in the comics, Echo and Matt actually had a relationship. It was a brief relationship. And I thought it was interesting because, you know, Matt is blind, she's deaf. So she's his eyes and he's her ears.
Type shit. You feel me? That would be a good combo. Do you think this going? Honestly, y'all, I'm not trying to get excited, but I'm gonna go ahead and drop this in episode 3, even though I know we're gonna be over here weekly. I really just want to go ahead and say this. I think that Spider-Man is gonna be at the end. That's it.
I think so too.
You think Tom Holland gonna show up?
I think Tom Holland's gonna show up. I think they're gonna say they asked him, they say they put in the word for him and say Tom Holland show up. I watched Echo, did something to Kingpin, which also messed him up too. Did you watch Echo, Torian, or no?
Yeah, I watched it, but I don't think I got to the last episode though. Like I don't think I finished it. But in that show, they really touched on Native American history because her character is Native American. So they really did a lot of cultural stuff on that show.
Okay, I wasn't here, but I didn't watch it.
But that was like definitely during like that type of era too, because that's how it was with Miss Marvel. Like they definitely kept it very cultural.
Yeah, that's definitely how it was with the bangle. They said they was like beta. What are you doing, beta? What do you mean, beta? We're going to space with you, beta. Stay in the house. What are you talking about? Stay home. What are you talking about? Nick Fury, why did you bring my parents up to space? But shout out to Torian, shout out to Lex, Daryl, everybody viewing, everybody. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to Daredevil, man. They are definitely saving Marvel TV. Not Marvel we're going to see, but before we leave, I'm just going to say this is off the whim. I am definitely excited. This made me excited. Like this show is making me excited, but it is hyping me up for Thunderbolts and the Fantastic Four. They just dropped a new teaser trailer with the Thunderbolts where they like everybody kind of like, they kind of like dropped the accolades of like the people that are working on the Thunderbolts, and it was a vicious trailer. I don't know if you guys seen it.
I saw it.
It was a teaser trailer. I was like,
I'm calling it now. Thunderbolts is going to be the sleeper of the year. I've been saying that since the first teaser drop. You have. I said that's gonna be the sleeper of the year. Like people like at first people was like, I don't know, but the more and more it gets closer, it's like, wait a minute, this might actually be interesting. I think it's because now they started to show more of glimpses of the Void and of Bob. We know who Bob is, and I still want to know what that asterisk is. I think that's the curiosity thing. What is the theory or the surprise behind that asterisk?
They're definitely the Dark Avengers.
I can see that being the thing, like at the end of the movie when they like.
I think Marvel's going dark. I think Marvel's going dark. I think they just decide like, hey, we just gonna go dark.
What do you think? I know it's early to ask, but what do you think Sentry's gonna be like in this movie?
He gotta be OC for, but it's gonna be something where they're going like, we're family. You feel it has to be family still. Sony still has the rights to Spider-Man, so it depends on what Sony gotta play fair, bro.
That's a good point.
They gotta play fair. But Century, I definitely think that Century, when we saw the first trailer, when we were kind of wondering what he was about with the Bob situation, and then when I saw I saw some things about the Void and like what he can actually do, like maybe his power level, and then touring. I can't lie, you've been amping him. So like I said, I've been kind of like okay, let's see what he really gonna be on. So I agree.
He turned them people into ash.
He was like going to the earth like this.
That's another level of power right there.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. Shout out to Daryl. He hip read like a Nextel clip. We got some hip people in here, Torian and Daryl, but I know for sure we can stamp that Torian has been stamping it. What you was about to say, Les?
I had a question about the Sony thing. I understand. Okay, Spider-Man, but like, could Peter Parker be in there, or is that still like the same character?
I think that's still Sony.
Yeah, it's still Sony.
They own any and everything that's Spider-Man.
So what if
even with Miles Morales, like think about with like the Spider-Verse movies, that's still because he still holds the Spider-Man. Anything Spider-Man related that has Spider-Man's title, they own.
So then could Tom Holland appear in the show like at the end or whatever? And they don't say that he's Peter Parker. They don't say that he's Spider-Man.
I mean, I think that would still be Sony, because the thing is, even if they allude to it, that's still Spider-Man. Even if they allude to it, like think about it. And at the end of the second Venom movie, as mid and trash as that was,
stop doing that. Stop doing that.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We got the Venom.
Slide that in there real smooth. Like stop doing that to Venom. Wow, he tried to slide that in.
No, they did Woody Harrelson dirty for that one. But no, like think about it. At the end of the second Venom movie, when they did the cameo appearance in the post-credit scene, you saw Tom Holland Spider-Man when Venom went up to the screen, and he was so excited to see him. Like they was able to do that because Venom is Sony, and that's something they own too, because again, Venom is a Spider-Man villain. So so that's why they were able to pull that off.
They terrible for that though. We gotta admit they are terrible for that, for setting us up. He's like, in the second one when they showed Tom Holland, like they about to finally, and they said, no, we're not. We just was joking, bro. Just to let you know, we were joking. But it'd be nice if that's a sleeper movie. Thunderbolts, fantastic.
Oh, it is. I'm stamping that.
I'm excited to see everything that comes with Marvel this year. I'm glad that we're I don't know if we felt I don't want to mention this, but it's the day that it happened. I don't know if we felt this excited for Marvel since COVID. You know what I'm saying? So it happened like the day. I was like, I'm like, this is the last time. Like, I mean, like we've had some moments, y'all, but we haven't had like consistent moments where we agreeing like, nah, like this is fire. You know what I'm saying? Matt Mara doesn't remember Peter Parker being Spider-Man.
That's a good point. I forgot about that because remember Doctor Strange. When
nobody knows who he is.
Yeah, because when Doctor Strange did the thing at the end of No Way Home, they said if I do this, no one's gonna know who Spider-Man or Peter Parker is. And remember at the end when he went to go see MJ and Ned, they were looking at him like he was a complete stranger, but they knew each other. So so at this point, no one knows who Peter Parker or Spider-Man for that matter is. Like nobody knows who he is. Yeah. At least in any universe for that matter. So that's going to be very interesting how they're going to do Spider-Man 4. How they're going to like bring that back into the fold.
No, I agree. And Spider-Man 4, I think they just casted somebody today that they saying might be Jean Grey. But people be
in my honest opinion, the only person, in my honest opinion, if they want to use a young Jean Grey to keep her around as long as possible, I say cast the actress that plays Max on Stranger Things.
I don't watch Stranger Things, so I'm just like,
and I said it because she's a natural redhead, but like so I think she would be perfect, and she's young. She's like in her early 20s, so like they wanted to keep her for a while. I would say definitely bring her in to be Jean Grey.
Okay, shout out to that. I can't wait to fantastic.
You know what? As a matter of fact, the actress who
talks about that too. as well. Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Oh, definitely. I'm telling you,
that post credit scene,
that post credit scene is definitely going to have Dr. Doom in it somewhere. They got to. It's going. I mean, it would make the most sense. But no, the actress that they had to play Jean Grey in the like in that mid-apocalypse in that trash Dark Phoenix movie. You know, she's the actress that plays Sansa in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I like that movie.
I liked it. I like both. Look,
oh God,
it was good to me.
I don't want to see another Phoenix saga with X-Men until they get that right. You cannot do a Phoenix movie in one movie. That takes multiple parts. It's almost like Thanos. You got to lead. There's a build up to that because that's a huge story. You can't fit all that in one movie.
It is. Phoenix is serious.
But no, because I say that because they had her play it. And I said, if you look at her and you look at the actress who plays on Stranger Things, they kind of look alike. They look like they could be sisters. So that's why I said they could use her. And because her name was floating around a lot. And then Stranger Things last season is coming up. So she's not really doing nothing after this. Why not get her to do it? Like to play Jean Grey, then go on, you know, later on, not soon. Marvel, Disney, do not do what Fox did and jump out the window with a Phoenix saga. We don't need another Phoenix saga right now. Let them build that up. And if you want to do a Phoenix saga, let that be the build up to that, like they did with Thanos and the Infinity Saga. Let do that. Don't say, oh, let's make her be the Phoenix by part 3. No, there was no build up there. That's all I'm saying, because I like the Phoenix. And I remember watching the X-Men animated series back in the 90s. Do you know, or do y'all remember that the Phoenix saga was like 6 episodes long?
I didn't know that.
It was like 6 episodes long, and they even had to throw filler in the episodes in there to break it up because they were still animating and writing and filming the last 3 parts. So they was literally filming and filming and animating all at the same time, and then they'd throw in filler episodes so they could carry the story along.
So
Mr. Sinister would be a dope villain.
The Phoenix, just agreeing with you, just saying just anything. They just need to build it that Thanos style again. I just think that worked.
That formula worked.
Like it just really worked. You know what I'm saying?
Especially since the mutant saga is coming after the Secret War, so we all know what that means. And they already dropped adamantium in Captain America. So we know what that means too. So we know what's coming. But again, I don't want to see nothing alluding to nothing Phoenix related. If I swear they come out with that movie and I see something in about that Phoenix, I'm gonna be like, Disney, have y'all learned from? If y'all have not learned from Fox,
nah, for sure. Lex, what you about to say, Lex?
Mr. Sinister was the one who was in the X-Men cartoon.
Yeah, in '97.
He's another big X-Men villain.
Yeah,
yeah, no, for sure, man. Shout out to Torrin, shout out everybody, Daryl, Lex, Tone, everybody viewing. We appreciate y'all, man, for tuning in for the Daredevil Born Again. We had to go ahead and get Tone out the fucking paint so we can go ahead and have it up. Tone. You know what I'm saying? We had to get him go. We had to flick him up out of here. Lex, you was gonna say something? Go ahead. What were you saying?
If Daryl, if you're still watching, you need to be on here because you clearly are in tune.
Yeah, tap in. Hey, Daryl, next week, tap in, pull up if you can next week to episode. We're gonna do episode 4 review live. So pull up, get in the comments, and join if you want to join, bro. Because we definitely want to really want to talk about episode 4, and God willing, it'd be great. But before they go, everybody get their spill. Let's get your spill, man.
I'm happy to be here. I'm really excited for us to keep talking about this show. And everything that's Marvel. Huh?
Sorry to cut you off, Haram. What's it called? We about to go, bro. Come back for next week for episode 4. But real quick, everybody said that shit is fucking amazing. Go ahead, y'all. Just give them a quick real quick.
Yeah. It had me on the edge of my seat. Yeah, I gave
especially that courtroom scene. That verdict part, that's the one that had me like, that was the one that did it right there.
Hey, we gave it 9.5s and 10s. We loving the show. Come back next week. Come back. Subscribe, come back next week. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate it. Come back next week. We gonna be talking about episode 4, bro. Plus, I want to see Captain Marvel get her powers taken.
That's the only reason people want to see Captain Marvel is because they want to see Rogue take her powers. I would like to see how that would play out in live action too, because they showed it in the animated series, they did a backstory and they did a whole episode about it where she held on to her while she was flying, and she literally held on to her with her bare hands, and Captain Marvel literally fell out the sky while Rogue
right, because nobody
flying.
can touch her. Right.
Yeah, she drained all of her
What's her name? What's her name?
Carol Danvers.
What was it?
Carol Danvers?
No.
Brie
What's
Larson.
her name?
Brie Larson?
No. What's her name on this channel?
Carol Manvers.
Yeah.
Carl Manvers. Carl Manvers. I had to think about that, but I was like,
on this channel,
Carl Manvers. Yeah. And then she basically put her in like a lifetime coma. I don't think she ever recovered from that because she held on to her for a long time. And in fact, and that's the only thing that kept her alive was because she had those powers. Because if she was a regular human being, she would have been dead. Yeah. But she drained all of her. The only thing that she didn't take from her was those blasts that she shoots out of her body. But as far as the strength and the ability to fly, that's how she got her power. So I think that's a reason why they want to see that occur. And they said that's probably gonna be the best time to ever see her is when that happens, because that's for the most part how most people know about Captain Marvel is Rogue taking her powers.
Look at her, Junior. They try to give her $1 billion movie. No, they're for real. I'll link you for real. If you don't follow me on Instagram, Marvelous Bluntz, and I'll definitely link you the link so we can do it next week. But Torian, give a spill before you go, man. Hey, man. I know it felt good. I feel good to be back with
it did.
Show.
It's crazy because the last time we talked about Daredevil was when we talked about that trash She-Hulk. That was the only good. And she got the shirt.
Oh. I'm still standing beside
her. That movie. That show could have had so much better potential, but it was that episode that I think the consensus that we all liked. And she had Matt out there taking the walk of shame. But nah, this was like, I'm enjoying this show so far. I can't wait for episode 4. But what I also can't wait for, off topic, is tomorrow, the season finale of season 3 for Invincible. I am so ready for the season finale of Invincible. You need to hurry. You need to hurry up and catch it. I'm telling you, this season right here, season 3, is probably one of the best seasons of this show. And especially episode 7 that just happened last week. My God, I'm telling you, did they really do all this in 1 hour?
Is he playing with us right now? Bro, you don't even know what really goes on in this channel, all right? You don't know what goes on this channel, Ron, all right? You don't know what goes on in this channel, okay? This is what goes on in this channel.
Not you had it ready to go.
I've been using that to make fun of Marvel for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? This has been 2 years of CGI twerk. This will never leave my StreamYard.
It's crazy that they actually put that in there. I think that's the part that got me. Because I knew that Megan Thee Stallion was going to be in the episode, but I didn't know they was going to have them do that at the end of the episode.
What a waste of CGI, man.
Killed the budget. Look, yes. Yeah. Invincible last week was crazy. All right, bro. All right, Daryl. You've been cool, bro. Look, we haven't seen it. No spoilers yet. Look.
Oh my gosh, that was such a spoiler.
I promise y'all, I'm going to tomorrow or between the weekend watch Invincible.
I gotta catch up.
Finale in that because I know, dog, it's too much.
I'm telling you right now. If you had watched Invincible like season 3, that could have been another live right there that you could have did on top of this one weekly. Like maybe have that be like on a Friday or something because it's a Thursday show. But
I just bust out my trucker hat out the back.
But Invincible is really, really good. It's a really, really good show.
All right, man. Look, shout out to Torian, man. Pulling up, man. We're definitely going to see Invincible. I'm definitely going to we'll have that together by episode 4. Appreciate everybody pulling up, man. Subscribe to Marvelous Bluntz, ASAP Rocky. Shout out to Daryl. Shout out to Ron, man. Y'all pull up next week, man. We're going to have a live show for episode 4 for Daredevil Born Again. Definitely going to talk about Invincible, so we're going to talk about a little of that. So, yeah. Yeah, it's Pat Brady, man. Marvelous Bluntz, man. We in here, man. We had it up, man.
Hey.
We're not gonna have any spoilers in the group chat, hopefully, and we hopefully can be excited next week. So now we're going with the outro with the official Daredevil theme song by Pat Brady. We gone. Let's get it. You dig?
Now you falling off. Put your hands on me, and you gon' pay the cost. Daredevil, I'm on top, but looking down below. The hate, I can't see it, but hear it, so it's time to go. Time to approach. Might have to go and crush a roach. You know the ones that don't clean out their cereal bowl. Pat Brady, golden boy, yeah, I'm really goes. Catch me at the Super Bowl on that stunning shit. Say.